What if an entire city disappeared beneath the ocean? For centuries, the ocean has hidden what once stood here. But this mystery begins long before modern explorers arrived. People once built communities where the sea now dominates. Then something changed the landscape forever. Rising seas slowly transformed dry land into seafloor. Centuries later, divers began finding clues beneath the waves.
And some of those clues looked unmistakably human-made.
But was it really a lost city? To answer that, we have to look beneath the legend. The first question is simple. What are we actually seeing? Some shapes appear too regular to ignore. But nature can create surprisingly perfect-looking structures too. Basalt can fracture into remarkable geometric patterns naturally. So researchers must separate archaeology from illusion. Every detail has to survive scientific scrutiny. That is where the real mystery begins. Some stones fit together with astonishing precision. But precision alone does not prove a lost civilization. The truth may be stranger than the legend. So when did this landscape actually disappear? Sea levels have never remained perfectly still. Evidence of changing shorelines can remain buried for millennia. And that makes the underwater evidence difficult to interpret. Today, scientists use technology to map what lies below. Sonar can reveal patterns human eyes cannot see. It can expose buried shapes beneath layers of sediment. The seafloor itself can preserve an ancient coastline. Follow the stones, and another question appears. Who built it, and why was it left behind? The deeper researchers look, the harder certainty becomes. Sediment can hide the history we are searching for. Modern robots can explore places humans cannot safely reach. Their cameras reveal details hidden beneath centuries of growth. From a distance, the formations can look almost architectural. Yet geology can imitate human design with remarkable accuracy. That is why measurements matter more than appearances. Size, position, and context can change the entire interpretation. And sometimes, the boundary between nature and construction is unclear. And somewhere below, the strongest clues may still remain hidden. To understand it, researchers must first understand the coastline. What is underwater today may once have been dry land.
Geological layers can reveal where ancient shores once stood.
Researchers compare those clues with evidence above the water. Submerged formations may preserve fragments of that lost landscape. Time has transformed stone into part of the reef itself. Beyond the shelf, the ocean floor drops sharply away. And deeper waters preserve a very different world. Depth, even familiar shapes become difficult to read. And the deeper we go, the less certain the story becomes. But one discovery changed the question entirely. These blocks were not simply lying randomly on the seafloor. One possibility is that people moved and positioned them long before the coastline changed. But reconstruction is not the same as proof. Scientists need physical evidence before they can tell a different story. Even the rock itself can reveal where it came from. Matching those materials can connect a structure to its original landscape. Slowly, the underwater landscape begins to make sense. What looks like a lost city may actually be a landscape transformed by time. And that possibility may be more fascinating than the legend itself. But there is still one problem researchers cannot ignore. How much of what we see was actually made by people? Geology gives us one possible answer. Some structures may have formed naturally long before humans arrived.
That is why context matters more than a single photograph.
Researchers combine geology, archaeology, and mapping to reconstruct the past. Piece by piece, the lost coastline comes back into view. What is underwater today may once have stood beneath open skies. And if people lived here, their traces may still be waiting below. Over time, the sea covered the landscape, leaving only fragments behind. Beneath the sediment, the pattern becomes harder to dismiss. But patterns alone still cannot tell us who built them. Ancient communities had the tools and knowledge to transform stone. Moving massive stones required planning, cooperation, and remarkable engineering. And every newly exposed edge raises another question. Was this a deliberate structure, or nature's geometry? New technology is helping researchers see beyond what the eye can find. And some clues are hidden in the smallest details.
But even those details can have more than one explanation.
Perhaps the greatest mystery is not what was lost beneath the sea, but how much remains undiscovered.